Have you seen the plain bagel video on private credit? He provides some interesting data points for why the crisis is not as significant as some folks suggest. It's curious if you've seen it. I have not seen it. I like the plain bagels. Maybe I'll check it out. However, I'm very skeptical of data points like that because how do I put this? Many of these things have set up the data point. They've gamed the data points, if you know what I mean. I guess that's the best way to say it. It's the same thing with the conversation with Eisman and bank rec data. It's just like they can manipulate the default rate, official data, but the actual default rate is higher. So it's not like private credit is notoriously opaque. You know, in private credit, just for example, sorry to get in the weeds here, but in private credit, KKR just made this big announcement. KKR, this is one of the private credit companies. If you guys don't know what private credit is, just think of the two words. Private means not public. It's basically wealthy, rich people. And credit means loans. So these are like pooled wealthy loans to try and make money. All right. So they've made loans. And if they're good loans that get paid back, they'll make a profit. If they're not, they'll lose money. And private credit says that, like, as an example, let's say that they say the book value of all of their loans is $20 a share. But if you look at what it's trading for, it's like $8 a share or $12 a share because the market doesn't trust them. The market thinks they're lying about the value of the actual loans they have. And so KKR was like, okay, you don't trust us? Well, if you're going to give us such a discount, we're going to buy back our own shares. We're going to put $300 million into buying back our own shares at $8 to prove to you that it's worth more. But then people looked into it and they didn't even do that. In fact, they made like a new financial engineering method where it's like a loan to themselves that only converts into share. It pays back a dividend, like a 50% dividend, and it only converts into shares if they get back up to $20. But then they announced it as like a big vote of confidence in themselves. So if they're not confident enough in themselves to do this, then how is that legal? I mean, it's not illegal. They just made something that sold to themselves. But I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of evidence that private credit is, number one, more stressed than they seem. Number two, already seems really stressed. And since we have no insight, there's no transparency, I'm going to take the side that it's probably worse than it looks than better. But I'm willing to watch this video. Maybe he's got some data, but can you comment on Australia's budget the best? I can, in that I read about it yesterday and today. I think it's very interesting. On first look, I'm actually pretty excited about it because it seems like they tackled some really big challenges that the common wisdom was you can't do anything about them in Australia. It's impossible. You'll never get it passed. You'll never get it through. Okay? So I think they did some very interesting things. However, the devil's in the fucking details. The devil's in the details. And that's where I need to spend more time because oftentimes when shit like this happens, you find out that, you know, there's like loopholes, there's two-tiered systems, there's like a lot of shit that happens where rich and wealthy people that own a lot of houses can get around it and regular people get fucked. And so that's the situation. All the boomers crashing out at the moment. Yeah, but that's good. You want the boomers to crash out. So I will be reading more about it. I do want to talk about it, but the problem is I can't give you a take on it without knowing the details and like the very specific, very granular details. But, you know, on a high level, I'm excited about it because in Australia, if you'd asked me a year ago, you'd be like, they just can't touch negative gearing. They can't make it so. If you guys don't know what negative gearing is, it's basically like if you have an investment property in Australia, you can deduct the cost of it from your taxes. So like if you have an income at all, you basically want to have as many investment properties as you can to deduct your entire income from taxes. It's just like, it's an extremely tax advantaged thing to do. And so it made a huge demand for housing and second houses and third houses and investment houses in Australia. And that's why they have this incredibly real estate bubbly economy. And it's hard to undo it because everyone's already bought it. Like if you take out a massive fucking loan to get an investment property in Australia because you think that's what you're supposed to do, and then they get rid of this extra thing and now you can't sell it, you're financially fucked. So I always thought they're screwed. They can't fix it. Like they've created this problem, they can't ever change it. But then kind of out of the blue, they did change it. They made a lot of changes, and changes that hurt big banks, that hurt investment owners. It's like a pretty cool change, but there's like details of it that could be quite bad. So I don't want to give it like the full W endorsement. Like even like when I did the video on Mamdani and the balanced budget, like my gut was, oh, this is pretty cool. But I had to research it first to be like, well, there's some details that I want you to know about. So there's probably some details here. There was a ruling on one of the big supermarkets in Australia. Wait, really? There's only two, right? It's Woolies and the other one. Coles. They have a real consolidated supermarket. What's this? Wait, they
lost. Jubilation from shoppers as Coles loses in court. The ACCC won the case.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Well, that's fantastic.
Legal experts excited too.
I just really am thrilled.
A big win for the ACCC and consumers. A huge blow to Coles.
Is that a special?
Nope.
The consumer watchdog's high-stakes case alleged fake discounts on the supermarket's fame promotional campaign. In one example, baby formula was sold for $18 for more than 2 years, priced $6 higher for 23 days, and then sold with a down promotion for $21, $3 higher than its original price.
It's camouflaging a substantial price increase.
Coles said that it was offering genuine discounts. Today,
That's
the
a classic.
court disagreed.
The judge said that the price needed to have been stable for at least 12 weeks in order for any discount for that price to be...
That's just a good rule, bro. Like Black Friday discounts that are the same fucking price as they was before or higher. Or the Game Pass Gambit. Bro, this is exactly what it's so funny that Australia's grocery chain just lost a court case over the exact same thing everyone's praising Xbox for. Xbox just raised their prices, then slightly lowered them, still higher than original, and everyone's like, holy shit, finally Xbox is back. This new CEO is a savior. My company is pushing AI everywhere. It's causing call center employees to have to repeat tons of phrases constantly just so the AI can catch it. Horrible customer experience, but the exact thing is efficiency. Yeah, a lot of people come out with stories like this after we did the video with me and Primogen. I got some DMs, including from our former Marketing Monday researcher, who sent some pretty interesting stuff that he's experiencing at his job. He said at his company in the corporate tech world, different divisions like marketing, finance, and legal are being pitted against each other on AI adoption rates. So if like this division adopts AI faster than you guys could lose jobs or pay, or insane. He's saying that non-AI users are being warned and saying like you have 20 days to adopt it or your license is pulled. Jesus Christ. And then if you use it too much, you're getting flagged in the system and you have to present why you used it that much to make sure you're not faking it. And yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. I was at a recruiting event in April, and one of the representatives started venting to me about how stupid the company's AI model is and how they're forced to use it. Their company has their own AI model? I feel like most companies are just using Claude. I tried to tell my boss my anti-AI bias is insurmountable, but he's making me use it anyways. Why does God give his strongest soldiers his toughest battles? To be clear, you have a job and you could just fake it. So it's not really the toughest possible battle in being faced in the world. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, it's useful for some things, but by God, the companies are forcing it. But, you know, understand your boss's POV is he's just getting pressure from his boss. It's turtles all the way down, bro. Everyone's trying to justify to the man upstairs that they're doing it. I work at Alphabet. Okay. That's why he subbed, folks. That's why he's got the sub. He got money to blow. I work at Alphabet, and the recent survey was people complaining about not knowing direction of the company except more AI. Yeah. Yeah, I do think that that's been the calling card. Is if you're an executive and you say, we're going to do AI, but more, then you get applause and your stock price goes up. So everybody just says that. That's the plan.